Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Demand Access Write Your Own Destiny podcast. I am your host, Will Leviton, and we're going to talk about things to set you forward, to help you grow, and to help you become that successful person. Today, we have a special guest. He starred on a hit show, Temptation Island. Let me introduce y'all. Today, we have an extreme, valuable guest with us today. The man, the legend, Boston, Massachusetts finest, Rick Fleur.
What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for having me.
No
Thank
problem,
you for
man.
having me.
It's definitely a blessing, man. I see what you're doing. You're impacting the world. You have such a big influence. And we're just going to dive right in. And the first question I want to ask you is, who is Rick Fleur?
Who's Rick Fleur? Damn, that's a pretty complex question. I feel like I come in many layers. There's a lot of layers to me, but Rick
Let
Fleur.
us have it.
But Rick Fleur is, my whole name is Ricardo Flores. I'm of Haitian descent. I'm just, young black man trying to make it in America. I'm from Boston, Mass. And yeah, I just feel like I'm just somebody that just wants to do more than just what people think, or just people just think of me. I feel like I'm much more than just a model. I'm just much more than just somebody that's on TV. I'm much more than people may pigeon me out to be. So I never try to just limit myself to just one thing. I feel like I'm multifaceted, talented, and yeah, just always striving for better, man. Always trying to do more, man. Always just looking for what's next.
And so before you came who you are now, growing up as a kid, what did you aspire to be?
Yo, it's funny that you said that. You asked me that question because, like, as a kid, I remember, like, I was always that kid that was asking my mom to be like, "Hey, can you take me to this class so I could, for modeling lessons or acting classes?" So, it didn't really dawn on me till later, when I got signed. I got signed to a modeling agency around like 24, 25. That that I'm kind of living out some of my dreams that, as I wanted to do as a kid, as a child. So, as a child, I was just active, a little badass, but, I love sports, but I also love to, model and act and, do all types of things, entertainment, concerned. So, as a kid, those are some of my dreams, just to be on the big screen and, whether it be acting or modeling or shoot, even an athlete, man.
Yeah,
I had pro dreams, but
yeah,
I wasn't that good.
yeah,
I was all right,
yeah,
but I was all right. But it's just sometimes you just got to realize, maybe the sporting thing ain't really for me. Maybe hoop
yeah.
and football ain't really for me, man. But what I used those circumstances and a lot of the things that I learned from my coaches and
Mhm.
applied into my life. So, so kudos to all my coaches and, all the instructions I got as a child, because,
Definitely.
definitely made me who I am today.
Yeah, man. It sounds like you are headed in the right direction, and you are in the right direction. So,
I
um,
try it.
definitely. So, when you were growing up, did you ever have to face like, doubt from your peers? Like, did people like kind of sort of put you down that almost like hindered you from your success where you're at now?
Um, yeah, a little bit. Um, like a lot of the naysayers, some of them would be like, we just kind of, you just kind of hear the little slick remarks. They weren't
Yeah,
exactly just,
yeah. Not
hating,
straightforward. Yeah, not
not
straightforward.
straightforward,
Yeah.
but it was just little slick comments. Oh,
Hmm.
you really about to start modeling? Oh, you think you hot? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like little stuff like that.
Nah.
Which kind of puts self doubt in you to think that you're not of that caliber. But
Hmm.
like one thing you kind of have to know is with modeling and just anything in entertainment is that you're gonna get more no's than you get yeses.
Mm.
So you
Like
can't
that.
let those no's kind of defeat your resolve and and grind inside you. You just always got to keep on grinding and just just kind of just forget what everybody's saying, you know? You just kind of have to like just stay on your path. And
Yeah.
that's basically what it was. Like I would just hear little, little slick comments, but I would never pay attention to it, you know? And then now those are some of the same people that are asking me for advice to how to kind of get into the game, you
Yeah.
know?
That's
Just
yeah.
so that's just basically what it is, man. But I just kind of kept things to myself and just, you know, um, didn't pay attention to like a lot of the outside noise.
Nah, that's what's up, man. Because it's usually the outside noise is what hinders a lot of people from
Yeah,
their own their own goals, their achievements is just listening to the outside and rather than the inside.
exactly, exactly.
So if there was a kid that was looking up to you, like in the entertainment side, and they're dealing with the naysayers and the non-believers, like what steps would you take to kind of remove yourself from the negativity?
Well, one piece of advice is just like, um, I don't know, like I've been blessed with like a good set of friends, so they kind of keep me grounded.
Hmm.
And to a lot of those hating ass friends, you kind of had to cut your circle smaller. You know, your circle starts to become smaller as develop in your journey, whether it is in entertainment, if you have a career, corporate career, once you start getting that laser focus and stuff, you start noticing that who's speaking life into you. I need
Hmm.
to have friends around me that's speaking life into me and that has like, my best interests at heart, that's always going to support me. So just even my family too. Just make
Hmm.
sure you have like a good support system, and whoever's bringing that negativity, just kind of like get yourself from around them because that definitely will definitely wear on you.
Yeah.
And honestly, you kind of have to be strong-willed, strong-minded because, like I said, you're gonna get a lot of no's before you get a yes. Like my first year of really modeling, first year and a half, I didn't book nothing. I had one gig, but I didn't book nothing, man. Like going to castings and you're there for an hour, hours on end, and you get to finally be seen, and then they see you, and then you don't get a call back, and just imagine doing that for 2 years, and that could mess up your psyche. It works on your mind. Like, hold up, am I not as hot as I thought I was? Am I not as good
Yeah.
looking, or am I not as talented as I thought I was? So if you don't have that mind where you're like, so like I don't care what they think. Like, what's meant for me is gonna be for me. If I get a no, maybe that's just a no for right now. Like, that job may have not been for me. So it's
Yeah.
just more so like you can't let those no's, deter your confidence. You kind of have to have that confidence. Like, okay, this is a no now, but that no a year from now is going to be a yes. That same person that didn't allow me, that didn't hire me, may
Yeah.
hire me from a year on out, 2 years down the line. And that's one piece of advice I really could share to anybody that's younger, that's trying to get into entertainment, modeling, acted, or just even corporate, like when I was doing the whole corporate thing, I went up to New York for a number of meetings because I worked in media for a couple of years,
Yep.
and I didn't get a job. Like, I was trying to move up the ranks and, working in the media game and selling ad space and media. And, I was told no, I didn't get the job a couple of times. So, but I'd never let that, put down my confidence. I just kept on just chugging along and just grinding.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, big inspiration, man. You're doing big things for sure. Big inspiration. Another thing is, you
Trying.
said the one thing I like that you said you have to be strong-minded and strong-willed. So, besides having the naysayers, the doubters, what else like drove you to where you are now? Like, what was that driving? What was your motivation? Was it family? Was it how you grew up? Like,
Mm,
what pushed you to the limit to go farther than beyond than what you were?
yeah. Well, what kind of pushed me and just kind of had me just to continue to keep fighting instead of just like, giving up and just, you know, I don't know, being regular. I don't know. I've never just thought of myself as just being a regular guy and just going through life, living emotions and just being content with just a regular job. And there's nothing wrong with people that have regular 9 to 5 jobs and just, you know, have that security. That's great. But me, I kind of, live life to a different standard. And
Hmm. Like
I
that.
just know that I just know my parents came here as immigrants,
Yeah.
you know. So it was just like if they came here with nothing, what shame is it to me that I was born here and I can't create, recreate that and, build my own,
Brand.
dynasty or
Yeah. Brand.
brand
Yeah. I
and,
feel
and,
you.
and multiply that tenfold,
Hmm.
because my parents came here with nothing and they're successful. They're out here living what it is their dreams and aspirations was as a child, and they're able to give back to their community, the Haitian community. My father gives back to the Haitian community, and there's a lot of many things. So, who am I to be born here and have all of those, resources that I had, high school, college, and all that, and not have anything to show for it?
Yeah.
So that's what kind of drives me. Like, yo, I have to do something. I have to do something big. I can't be mediocre. So that's what pushes me, just like, my upbringing and seeing my parents grind and, as immigrants and, um, just being successful people, and I want to be successful as well. So I just understand that my driving factor is that I need to, become better than them because they came from nothing, and they're immigrants, man. Like, hey, I need to, just continue that and just become a better person, just keep grinding, and that's basically what it is. That's what drives me.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, you had said earlier you got your first you're signed to an agency. What agency are you signed to?
So right now I'm signed to Option Models in Portland, Oregon, and LA. Also State
Okay.
Management in New York and Bi-Coastal in New York. So I'm signed to a number of agencies, talent and modeling agencies. So
So
they just kind of,
what do they have
yes
you
sir.
do? Like, so what do they have you do?
So basically, they just represent me just as far as getting my foot in the door in a lot of these casting calls and auditions. A lot of times, regular people, if you're not signed, they kind of closed off to you. You're not
Yeah.
gonna find out about a lot of these opportunities if you're signed to agency. Some people that are freelance that know a lot of people that network, they kind of know, the landscape and know about auditions and stuff,
Mm.
but I'm not doing the freelance route. This don't know everybody, so you know I work with the agency. They just kind of set up auditions. They just kind of match me with brands that they feel that make sense and that will work with my brand, and that's basically what they do. They just match me up with particular jobs that they feel will I have their look and that might cater to their brand and their market. And yeah,
Yeah. So another thing part of your history here is you was on a hit show called The Temptation Island.
yeah,
Am I
man,
right?
yeah, yeah, that's
So
crazy.
what's
Yeah.
that? Yeah, what's that? Like what's
Yo, it's
Temptation Island?
crazy. Yo, it's crazy. So, like, there's been a few times that I got contacted to be like on reality TV shows, and like let me see, there was one MTV show, there was another USA show. I forgot, but like there was one time Temptation Island hollered at me maybe like last year, a year and a half ago. And I was like, relationship. I was, my relationship and everything. Everything
Yeah.
was good. But
Hmm.
this season they reached out to Ashley. It wasn't even an opportunity that came straight to me. It
Yeah.
came straight to Ashley. They hollered at Ashley, um, my girl at the time,
Yeah.
and she's like, hey, you know, we're in a weird place. Why not audition for it? I'm like, man, whatever. Like, if you think we could get on this show, let's go for it. But we went through all the processes and we ended up getting on the show, which was crazy, man. And for everybody that don't know, Temptation Island is a reality TV show on USA Network. It's based on, the premise of essentially giving your mate a hall pass for 4 weeks, a hall pass. You living in a house with other singles, and they're putting you to the test of, if you gonna cheat or not. So that's basically the whole premise of the show. You could either leave with your mate, you could either leave the island by yourself, or you could leave the island alone. And that's basically the whole premise of the show. So yeah, man, that was a crazy experience,
So
I'll tell you that.
where's the island? Is it an actual
So the
island?
island, so it was actually in Maui. We was in Maui
Okay.
for about like 5 weeks. When we were there, we couldn't reference that we was actually in Maui. We had to say the island,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, Temptation Island, whatever. So like, it's real weird when you're on TV and reality TV shows. Like, you have to use present tense. You have to talk like present tense. You can't talk in any other just I don't know.
Yeah, I
You
feel
have to
you.
talk like you have to talk in the here and now. So like they there's a lot of media training. There's just a whole bunch
That must have
that
been
goes.
difficult, man. Talking in present tense
Man,
all the time.
yeah, all the time. Like like say like right now. Oh, me and Will is on a podcast interview. I'd have to state it like that, or like there's certain ways I had to word
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So every time, the first week I probably couldn't really catch onto it. So every time in one of these interviews, they called the OTF interviews, on the fly interviews,
Yeah.
and that's when like whatever whenever you're doing a particular action in a scene, they'll pull you aside, be like, hey, come interview with us. And we're interviewing, and every time like they had to stop me. Hey, Rick, present tense, present tense. So present tense. So like, bruh. And then the thing is, you got these lights on you. Like,
Yeah.
they know these people know what they're doing. They got these $1,000 fucking cameras, expensive ass cameras, and lights everywhere. Like, it's a big production.
Yeah.
That's when you know, like, okay, this is the real deal. Like, this is like real TV.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of like have to not be wowed by everything around you.
Yeah.
You just have to be in the moment and
Mm-hmm.
just be you, because some people could get caught up in all that stuff and just and not be themselves and try to fake the funk for TV,
Yeah.
and like people could see through that. The producers could see through that,
Yeah.
and the public could see through that. I feel like the public responds to people that they're more they could connect with genuinely,
Yeah.
organically. And I
Definitely.
was just and I was myself through the whole time, man. Through the good and bad. I was just myself, bro.
Give me one good thing that happened,
Mm.
and then one bad thing.
Yo, okay, so I'll say the bad. Yo, the bad. When you kind of see that your freedom is kind of taken away from you, because we couldn't do whatever we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people thought this was just a vacation. I could sleep in whatever I want. I could go outside and hit the pool. No, we couldn't do whatever. We were essentially, workers for, USA Network.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the bad was just having somebody, wake you up every morning at 7 o'clock, telling you what to do, telling you what you can't do. That sucked. We had handlers, making sure we wasn't wandering off,
Every
doing this,
day.
doing that. Every day we had one day off. Like, there's times where I had PTSD for a little bit. Like, anytime I walk into a building or any room, I always look to see in the corners where the cameras are, because that's how fucked up in the head I am. Like, there's cameras everywhere in like the house. I don't know how many cameras there were, but there was cameras everywhere, mics everywhere. So like, the bad was me not being able to do whatever the fuck I wanted, and having somebody down, your throat every 2 seconds. Like, hey, you can't go there. You can't do this.
Yeah.
Hey, hurry up. You got to get dressed in 10 minutes. We have to get you ready for the scene,
Mm-hmm.
and I like to move. I like to move to the beat of my own drum.
Yeah, I feel you.
I do not like to be rushed, and these producers will rush you. But some of the good, like, I got to make like some great connections with people. Like, I met people from everywhere. I got to like learn about a lot about the Hawaiian culture. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii is a dope country. Like, if you're not familiar with their history, get familiar with their history. It's just a dope culture, man. Like, Hawaii is dope, and I learned a lot about myself inside, man. Like, I feel like I could express myself, my feelings a lot better. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
yeah, Hawaii's dope,
Yeah.
man.
Nah.
Hawaii is a
Yeah.
dope
I actually
culture.
went to Hawaii. You all right? We put in the Christmas tournament. So
Okay.
yeah, so the Hawaiians, they're definitely
Y'all was in Maui?
uh no, I don't think it was. I forgot the island. It wasn't Maui. I
It
forgot.
probably was then.
It was the other one. I forgot the name. I really forgot the name, but
Hello, my fault. My fault. I just got a phone call. You was probably in Oahu, where Waikiki, Honolulu is.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Yep,
was
yep,
actually there. Yeah, so
yep.
it was lit.
It's really lit.
It's just they're very they're different. Like they don't. I don't know. They don't stress as much. Everybody's more.
Yo, that's crazy. You said that, bro. I've never went to a place where everybody was just so laid back and just chill.
Yeah,
Nobody was stressing. Nobody was in a rush. I probably ate hear somebody honk a horn while I was there. Like everybody is chill, bro.
yeah.
And that's what I loved. I was like, dog, I wish I could live somewhere like that. But I'm a city guy, bro. I'm from Boston. I'm used to hearing, people honking their horn at you and having to be here, having to be there. But people there is just super laid back, chill, peaceful. And it's dope, bro.
No,
I feel like people here should take a page out of their book.
definitely, definitely. You're right. I'm a city kid too, so I couldn't really stay there that long. Like I was after the second week. No, we was there for a week, so we was even after like the fourth day. It was like, yo, I gotta go back home. Like
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I
But
can't.
it,
The
but it's
sunshine.
beautiful. The
Yeah,
sunshine's nice, but it's beautiful. But you're like, man, this is different.
yeah, definitely. So, your experience coming back. So, did you like blow up on like Instagram and Twitter and all that, or was it like she was already trending up there, and just Temptation Island was just like it just pushed it a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. So like my social media presence. I mean, before Temptation Island, I had like around 7,000, 8,000 followers.
Hmm.
Already, but I was like a lot of my work on there spoke for itself.
Yeah.
Modeling work and stuff.
Hmm.
But then it wasn't until maybe I would say as the episodes progressed, I would
Hmm.
get like a couple hundred every week. But then it wasn't until the finale, leading up to the finale, it got crazy. It got crazy.
Like it was getting like 1,000
More than that,
a
bro.
day.
Like
Wow.
I couldn't go on my page. Like if you had friend requested me and you asked me to add you,
You
I would
wouldn't
have to
know.
add you I wouldn't know. I'd have to add you at that particular moment because I wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Because every time I went on, I might check my phone a few times a day. Every time I went on, 500 here, 1,000 there, 2,000 here, and just likes, 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 and then my inbox was getting filled. I couldn't even go through all my inboxes, like my all my messages. So it was getting crazy. So I could only imagine how let's say Drake's fucking Instagram shit
Yeah.
is, or
Yeah.
just somebody of that magnitude. Their social media is just like they can't see anything. They can't see messages.
Yeah.
Like maybe on a good day you could catch them if you like a whole bunch of stuff or you leave a message. But like some of these people, they probably can't even. They're not gonna see a message. It's hard. It's hard, bro. But
Definitely is.
it's cool, bro. Like, man, all that social media stuff, it's cool. But I
It's
mean, hey, I don't know. It's not the all end all be all for me.
yeah.
Social media, Instagram doesn't define me. It doesn't
Yeah.
define me and who I am. Some people like look too far into that, but that's not me,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, if you could give people advice about that, because you're already, I mean, you have, was it 32K? I'm pretty sure somewhere around,
Somewhere around that.
yeah, somewhere around there. So you're already at pretty much the top and there's people coming up right now. They're trying to get their social media popping. How would you tell them, how would you tell them to to remain you and how that's important?
Be you and don't just live like I don't know. There's just a lot of trends that go online. There's a
Yeah.
lot of trends. There's a
Yeah.
lot of trends and stuff that just people follow and just to follow. Do stuff that just caters to your crowd. And just be real and be true to yourself. Be genuine because people could see like the fake shit, you
Yeah.
know. And like me, I'm even having I have some difficulty sometimes opening up and just showing people my humorous side and stuff. So like I'm even stepping out of the box and just opening up myself to maybe like, okay, maybe like let me show different faceted sides of myself.
Yeah.
Show my humorous side. Show that, I work, with kids and I
Hmm.
coach.
Yeah.
And so just show the many sides of yourself, but do it in an organic, genuine fashion that, true to yourself. And that's just basically what it is. And that's when I seen the most growth in me.
Hmm.
Like before the social media, like before I blew up off of like um Temptation Island, I was just posting regular stuff about myself and just what was true to myself. And just now having a platform, I'm just gonna, step outside the box and just open up more things about myself. And
Definitely.
that's just basically what it is. And
Yeah.
just, like what you're doing, man. You have you kind of know what it is what you want, and you're figuring it out, but you're staying on that path of like, okay, this is what it is. You know, I'm motivating people.
Yeah.
So this is what I do. So, you already like you kind of already know what it is what you want to do. Me, I didn't know exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So me, I'm still kind of in a sense trying to figure it out because there's so many different layers to me that I'm trying to piece it all together,
Yeah.
and that's dope to see what you're doing because you already know what it is. You already know what it is that you want. You got your story. Like man, you over here fucking walked on the team. You
Yeah.
didn't have no scholarship or nothing, man, but you grinded. You probably didn't want to go to them practices, but you know what I mean? Like you did what you needed to do, get on your team, then this is your story. You're sharing that. And then with your story, you're over here giving people, advice on motivating themselves and self-help and shit like that. So what you got, like you have a great formula as to what you're doing and a good story.
Yeah.
So,
Thank
you
you,
know,
man.
so
I
so
appreciate
kudos to you.
it. Thank you,
Of
man.
course, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm familiar, bro. I was familiar to you before
Yeah.
we had met,
Hmm.
for the spring hoops. So, keep on doing your things, man, because you don't know
Yeah.
who's watching.
Yeah.
You
You
you know what I
really
mean?
don't. You really don't.
You don't know who's watching, but I've been watching. I've been peeping you. You know what I mean
Yeah.
for a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, like dude, he wasn't on the squad, but earned his position on the squad. Like that's dope. Like that's a
Yeah.
dope story, bro. So much respect to you, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You said you're doing coaching now?
So a lot of people don't know I coach
Oh, okay.
middle school basketball.
Okay.
But like I had I come from a coaching background. Like I coached on the collegiate level, you know, coached Division One level, D3 level, JUCO level. So I have like a coaching background. I have
Okay.
some people that I know, in the coaching realms. So like a lot of people don't know that about me, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
that's
didn't.
that's something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wow. That's
a lot of people don't know, but I do. I do coach. I love giving back. I love like teaching and helping the kids.
hmm
That's what I love the most.
giving back.
So yeah, giving back. It's always giving back. Even had the opportunity of going to Cuba and doing a little clinic.
Okay.
With Juice, with the Juice brand. Hosted a clinic out in Cuba, worked with some kids out there, and gave out some shirts. So it was dope, man. Like it's dope, to be able to give back to less fortunate and just
And
it's just what it is.
experiencing all that you experience now, where you are right now, where do you think the ultimate you is gonna come? Like, what do you think the ultimate you is gonna be? Having all these different layers,
Sheesh.
like, where do you think you're gonna end up?
Man, what I think I feel like I'm gonna end up just being somebody that's going to encompass all of these talents and gifts that I have and being able to give back and share them. So you know, I don't know. I kind of want to have like kind of like an in-house agency where I'm able to, be able to mentor, coach, and manage,
Yeah.
and manage a lot of things that I'm interested in, with coaching, basketball, fashion, modeling, art, put all that shit
Put up.
together.
Yeah,
You have me, and my gift to everybody is to give back. My gift is to give back and share what it is that I've learned, these years, and just to, give back. Because if nobody ain't give me the game, I wouldn't be where I am. So it's only right that I give back. Each one teach one. So that's basically what it is.
that's what's up, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for all that you've given all of us, man. You've definitely given us some wisdom, some knowledge. And I
Thank
know the
you.
viewers watching, they're very thankful for having you on here. And just keep being you, man, because you're very successful. I admire you. I look up to you. I may have met you like a month ago, but just meeting you and seeing what you're doing and hearing your story now, it's just even a bigger inspiration for me to push myself.
Thank
And I
you.
know it's an inspiration for all the viewers watching, for everyone to just push themselves. I realize it's really not about a challenge with everybody else. It's really a challenge with yourself every
Yeah.
day,
Yep.
then every week, then every year. Then it just that's when the game just changes. And then, like you said, you want to give back, and it's not about you; it's about everybody else. And
Yeah.
to the outside, on the outside it may seem like it's just about you, but you understand that it's not. It's about the ones on the outside. So thank you for being a big inspiration. Thank you for being here. It's been a
Thank you.
blessing. Keep going. Keep striving.
Yes.
People, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all follow my man Rick Fleur. He's on what's your Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter, Rick Fleur, Instagram, Twitter, Rickster5. So make sure y'all follow me. Make sure y'all follow the podcast. All right. Make sure y'all follow, tune in. You know, a lot of game being chopped up, a lot of gems being dropped. So make sure, you tune in, man. Give my man a follow.
So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day,
Uh,
man.
all right.